Hi everybody and welcome to this Expert Division qualifying round playthrough for the City Outskirts Tournament here on the BK Golf Clash YouTube channel. Please hit thumbs up on the video and make sure you're subscribed as well. If you're playing Pro Division, we've got a qualifying round playthrough available too, so please check that one out. Leave me some comments, let me know how you got on, and if you've got any alternatives or suggestions of tweaks to the shots here in the video, we'd love to read them, help each other out as well. Bear in mind there are several routes available on some of these holes. Take a token or two, try them out, see if you like them. If not, I've thrown in a couple of suggestions here and there as we go of alternate routes you can play to get some eagles, which you will need. Get yourself a good scoring qualifying round for this par 4 only tournament. Replays and adjustments for all 9 holes coming up. Let's get started with hole number 1. Excellent chance with the first hole to start your round with an eagle. Got very nice wind angle here. Playing with the berserker, and we're going to go 4.5 top spin and 2 bars side spin to the right. Setting up here at max distance with APOC 5 plus red ring touching the rough on the left. If you have APOC 5 and 6, of course, second bounce in the rough as shown. Then we're going to very carefully adjust down the face of the cliff. Max plus 10, power 5. Max plus 10, power 5. Then we're going to leave the target where it is. If you have APOC 4, you will need to push up 7 yards. And it's a slightly slower needle with APOC 5 plus, half a ball of curl to the right and hit perfect. Ball bounces in the centre of the island there, catches the rough nicely and rolls out towards the fringe. Drive distance of around 356 yards. From there, we're going to play an end bringer school shot. Obviously, check the distance yourself. From my experience, it's usually around 70 to 75% slider. As you can see, with no spin, I had a glitchy ball guide there, and we don't want that because it may cause the shot to miss. So if you find a glitch with no spin, I would suggest you add 2 bars of left spin, as I do in the video, and then find a nice point to land. That should circumvent any issues with dead spots or glitchy bounces or rolls on this green. So 2 left spin if needed. All depends where you finish on your drive, and it's normal end bringer school, no spin rules apply. 20% elevation, power 5 if you don't know that method at all. Check out the quickfire end bringer school tutorial on the channel homepage. Fairly unpleasant wind angle in terms of sending it on hole number 2, so we're going to lay up with the rock, and you can see I'm going with top spin and side spin to the right as shown. Setting up here, avoiding that glitchy spot. Top of plus 3 with the rock level 8. That will be top of plus 2 with the rock level 9. Then we switch to the APOC and Goliath bag. With the rock it was red ring touching the rough. Adjustment once you've made your club switch is going to be max plus 10, power 3. Doesn't matter if you've got APOC 4, you're still going to be fine here. You may though well adjust into overpower, so if you do, be sure to add enough on. Inner wall curl to the right here, and then we want to hit perfect, of course, especially with mid to low level APOCs. This is a little bit of a narrow drive, but it bounces over very nicely, and you get a fairly consistent rollout here. Around 315 yards is what you're looking for. Second shot, we're going to play with the Goliath, otherwise you'll be in between clubs. Fringe check here, plus 4. That is actually where the fairway is. It's a fairway check, sorry. Plus 4 fairway check, because the fairway and fringe lines are very close to each other. Is going to be 82% slider, 15% elevation, power 4. We add spin as shown, yellow ring touching the rough, and the ball guide is passing the right edge of the cup. So left edge of the ball guide touching the right edge of the cup. Important to have that offset because you'll see here the wind angle is going to push that little second bounce in towards the pin. So that's why we offset here. So power 4 settings is the last part of the equation. I'm pulling over the bullseye. In slightly more headwind angle, you might adjust into overpower. It hadn't happened to me this morning, but obviously there's always some potential for wind angle variance and wind speed variance as well. But that adjustment there with the fairway checker plus 4, falling very nicely for an eagle on hole 2. On to hole number 3, the first one from the Sharuba Springs, going to go with the rock and a kingmaker for top spin and 3 bars side spin to the right. Add your spin first and then find your position with half of the red ring inside the rough on the right, top of plus 10 yards with the rock level 8, top of plus 9 with the rock level 9. Then we're going to adjust max plus 10, power 3 settings. Max plus 10, power 3. Pretty much level crosswind here, but due to natural wind angle variance, you may get a hint of tailwind, you may get a hint of headwind as well. You can see just a small hint of headwind to it here, but we're fine, don't need any overpower. Outer wall curl to the right, and we're going to hit perfect. We want the top spin to give us a nice lengthy rollout here down the fairway, and we get that nice little run on the ball, drive distance of 360 yards. You can either play drive distance for the second shot, or you can play top white pin check as I do here. Plus 6 in the video with the Grizzly 9 would be out of range with the Grizzly 8. So that's why I'm saying you can use drive distance as well. Then we're going to add spin. 3.5 top spin, 1 bar right spin. Red ring touching the edge of the rough, ball guide there you can see. We're going to aim that one to the pin. So a couple of references there for that drive distance in the video, and also that top white pin check of plus 6 is going to play 46% on the slider, and it is going to play 0 elevation. 46% slider, 0 elevation here with the Grizzly, using Grizzly 9 numbers, so bear that in mind. Perfect ball away. Let's have a look at this one. Catches the rough exactly where we want to, and the top spin takes us out onto the green and rolls nicely right at the pin for an eagle here on hole 3. Giving you an aggressive option here on hole 4 because of a very nice wind angle for it. It's pretty much straight tailwind here on this one. So I'm going to show you an option here. 5.5 top spin, 2 left spin, stretch out to absolute max, aim in the middle of that fairway. Red ring touching the rough with APOC 5 and 6. We are then going to adjust max plus 10, power 5. There's a lot of ways you can play this. You can lay up if you don't want to go aggressive. You can also go with less top spin and play a thorn second shot. I'm going to show you a max wedge here. But like I said, there's loads of ways you can play this one. So feel free, give it a go or tweak if you don't quite find this one according to your play style. Make our adjustment, then I'm pushing up 8 yards for this wind strength. Different wind strengths, you would need to vary the push-up, and you can see here I'm going about 1 3/4 ball curl to the left. Slower needle. APOC 4 would need to push up an extra 7 yards, so have that one in mind, but it bounces comfortably on the middle of the fairway island. It does not threaten the rough at all, and tracks down the middle of the final piece of fairway. Drive distance 454 yards. From here I'm too far away to play Endbringer School, so I'm actually going to play true club distance with the Endbringer, but still use no spin. But look at the ball guide. It is short of pin by about a green square, because there is a hefty tailwind here, actually about half a green square short. Could even back it up slightly more. I think this one comes in not really hot, but maybe a little bit too pacey than we might like. True club distance plus 15% elevation. I'm taking away 2% slider per yard here, so I think this one would have been played around 94 or 96% slider. 15 elevation, 2 pulls over the bullseye on this one with the Endbringer. Like I said, if you want to get a shorter drive, you could play with the thorn. You'd have to push up a few rings, though, to be able to adjust back with the tailwind angle. So the choice is yours. You've got a couple of options, but we drop this one very nicely for an eagle on hole 4. Going to go with a Titan here on hole 5 because I want a little bit more wind. But if you've got a massive wind with a Titan, then I'd go down to a Kingmaker. Anything over kind of 9.8 with a Titan, I'd probably drop to a Kingmaker. As you can see here, going with 5.8 top spin, 2 right spin, and just find a nice point where that second bounce doesn't move too much. You can look at the rings as well. It's max power 3. Yellow ring touching the rough with APOC 5 and 6, but obviously different club levels would have different accuracies and ring references. Max plus 10, power 2 settings. APOC 4 would need to push up 6 yards after adjusting, but if not, APOC 5, you just go where it is, slow needle, full overpower, no curl, and hit perfect. Very small chance of a glitch roll here. I never went into the rough though, A couple of times I ended up on the green for a putt, but more often than not I was around here, which left a very easy Enbringer School wedge. 394 yards, you play Enbringer School there, but make sure your ball guide is going to the pin at least, because it's a little bit of an uphill slope before the hole. It's very easy if the ball guide is to the front edge of the cup rather than the pin, then you're going to come up short. So just have that in mind there, but an easy eagle with a Titan on hole 5. Quick break here to remind you all there will be a special end of season 53 live stream event on the channel Sunday the 23rd of October in the evening UK time. Join in, say hello in the chat, ask me some questions about the gameplay or game in general if you want to. Your chance to interact with me live. There'll be polls, there'll be a couple of giveaways, and there will be a special guest as well. Loads of stuff coming up on that live stream. It's already scheduled on the channel, so go over there and set yourself a reminder. Sunday 23rd of October. Hole 6, going to show you the no move target with the quarterback and a power 3 ball. You can play to the left hand side though and then play a direct headwind to the green if you want to. The choice is yours here. This is just one route to consider. 4 backspin and 3 bars side spin to the right, playing NMT with the quarterback 9 or 10. Adjustment here is going to be 1 on 1. So 7.8 miles per hour is going to be 7.8 rings. Higher winds, you might... actually, you won't adjust into overpower. We adjust down the plus yards. I was thinking there this is headwind, but it isn't. Pretty much level crosswind, so you're going to be fine. Perfect ball away, and it's going to bounce very nicely, and the backspin will grab once we've cleared the rough. Drive distance here can be very, very consistent with this shot, around 270 to 275 yards. Second shot, going to play top white pin check, and that is the top of the white ring touching the pin. +5 with the sniper 10 would be +7 with the sniper level 9. Red ring circling that, or kind of against the rough line there. A good amount of the top of the red ring going alongside the rough line. And then we're adding spins as needed to have the ball guide as shown. It's not a fixed spin amount here. It's as required, but you won't need much at all. It's just going to be a few clicks either way. For that top white pin checker, +5 with the sniper 10. This one is playing 68% slider, 25% elevation. 68% slider, 25% elevation. This is a slightly touchy shot though, and there isn't really a funnel here. Just missing, actually just dropping that one on the right hand side, and the slider percentage on the notepad should get you more at pin, but it's a tricky rough bump to play, so you can either play that one or you can of course go out to the left and approach from distance from the other angle as well. Here we go with the 7th then, nasty wind angle here. We're going to go with the APOC and a Kingmaker. 5.8 top spin, 3 side spin to the right, and the ring reference here is the white ring touching the rough at the top of +2. You can see the second bounce just before the edge of the rough up ahead. Obviously different club levels, different accuracy, so have a look at the second bounce there if you can't use the white ring reference. Max +10, power 3. APOC 4 is going to struggle on this one and will be adjusting into overpower. What I do is swap to a power 4, wind 3, side spin 3 ball just to give myself a slower needle. You don't have to do that, but if you stick with a Kingmaker with APOC 5+, you're going to have a shaky needle to deal with. Perfect ball away, and we clear the rough nicely. Top spin takes us along with that little glitch roll that we often get here, but we're not risking the rough, so that's always good. 385 yards. Second shot, we're going to do a fringe check here, where the fringe meets the green. Make sure you use the correct line. +6 in this instance with the sniper 10 would be, of course, +8 with the sniper level 9. Adding the spin you could see there, and setting up with the top of the yellow ring touching the rough with the ball guide 1 green square through the hole. Adjustment here, 77% slider, 5% elevation. Use sniper 10 numbers, and regardless of whether you did a ball swap, we're still going to use power 3 settings, and that's the same for the drive as well. So even if you switch to a power 5 side spin 3 ball, still going to use power 3 numbers because that's what has been working very nicely. Perfect ball away, We just miss on the left edge as we look from the line of the shot. The tweak there given in the commentary and on the notepad should get you right at the pin. Hole number 8, the final visit to Sharuba Springs. We're going to set up with the quarterback, white ring touching the rough at max distance with a power 3 ball. Then switch to the APOC and you want the sniper and the grizzly packed. 5.8 topspin only, that's all you need. And you'll see without even moving the target any further, once you've swapped your club, you've got the ball guide pointing right down the middle of the fairway. Adjust max plus 10, power 3. APOC 4, in higher winds, more headwind angle, you might adjust into overpower here, so just add a smidge on to compensate, but APOC 5, you're not going to adjust into overpower at all. Inner wall curl to the left here, just to counter any wind push we might get with the wind angle that we have. And the ball goes nicely down the middle of the fairway. I would think there'd be room for a minor great left and a minor great right, but of course we want to try and hit perfect. Drive distance, anywhere around 325 to 330 is fine. Now the reason we need the grizzly in the bag is because we're going to play from the minimum distance line of the sniper, so make sure having the grizzly there, you've got a good minimum line to push against. Then we add spin. It is going to be top spin that's required to get the ball guide through the hole by approximately 1.5 green squares. You'll see I just do a quick respin here. Make sure there's no side spin on at all, because you can see just a tick of side spin and that ball guide is jumping around. So just top spin only. There's a good zoom in of the ball guide there. You can pause and reference that. And we're going minimum numbers minus 10% elevation. So min minus 10. Doesn't matter if you drove shorter or longer than me in the video, because we're always playing from the min line. The adjustment's going to stay the same, and we just adapt our spin to compensate for any difference in the distance. Minimum distance, minus 10, power 3. Perfect ball away, bounces very nicely up the hill. Doesn't catch any glitch because the second and third bounce are before the fringe, and we zoom in and get a lovely drop for an eagle on hole 8. And finishing with a nice NMT setup on hole 9. So enter the hole with an APOC and Kingmaker pre-selected. So NMT with APOC 5 plus, I should have that said because it comes in at plus 16 yards. Then we're going to add spin, 2 bars back spin, 2 bars right spin. Then we adjust max plus 5 on this one. If you've got APOC 4, you could still do the NMT, but you would need to push up 6 yards after you've made your adjustment to compensate for the lack of distance, and you will have a more shaky needle. Full overpower but a slower needle with APOC 5 plus, no curl, just concentrate on hitting perfect, and this ball will bounce nicely on the little island of fairway there, and the backspin will grab, and from there you're going to have a pretty easy end bringer school shot, around 60-65% slider, but it plays 10% elevation because the green is slightly uphill. Make sure you avoid any glitchy spots when you set up your wedge, and always check the distance you can, depending where you are from your drive. Check that distance as accurately as you can, but an excellent chance for an eagle on hole number 9 with the NMT setup. Thanks for watching this video on the City Outskirts Tournament. I hope you found the content useful. Plenty more useful content to be had on our Facebook group as well. Over 10,000 members there. Search for BK Golf Clash and join. It is totally free, and there is a link to that group in the video description down below. Share your shots as well as enjoying the discussions and taking part in those on the group. Then please highlight some of your best shots. I'll be looking at them, and I'll be showcasing the top 5 on my end of season 53 party stream, which is going to be Sunday 23rd of October. Good luck in the tournament. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.